I actually ended up getting a job in Ohio working for Kroger's.
For
Kroger.
Kroger? Oh, the grocery store.
The grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like my first job out of undergrad.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So I was a store manager.
Okay.
Okay. So I did that.
Yeah.
And then I changed jobs. I ended up working for Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers.
Okay. You said the full names. That goes back.
Yeah. So worked for them. Ended up getting promoted up and then getting transferred to Chicago.
Okay.
Okay. And then I started buying some 2 flats, 4 flats.
Okay.
Okay. Once I got to Chicago, and I looked at the qualification. So I was getting appraisals done, and I looked at the qualifications for one of the appraisers. And I said, I could probably do this.
Yeah.
Right. So, but then I also remember that my dad said they were going to appraisal business. Okay. So I ended up making the leap.
Okay.
Okay. And so I applied to like 60 firms
here in Chicago.
Here in Chicago. Got turned down by all of them.
Okay. Not surprised.
Okay. And then the one firm that did hire me said that they wouldn't send me any work, but if I brought in any work, we could do it together, and they trained me, and we split the fee 50-50.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So
don't they know that kind of you probably needed their help in the world the way it was back in the day?
Yeah. Right. So
All right.
So I said, okay. So I went down to the HUD office.
Okay. Smart.
FHA, and talked to the appraisal group there, and said that I wanted to get into the appraisal business, and there was this firm, and on the southwest side of Chicago that said that they'd hire me, but I needed to bring my own work. Well, the people at HUD thought that was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
That was my deal.
The setup.
Yeah.
Of course, that's ridiculous.
But they started sending me work.
HUD. Good.
Okay. And so I was probably doing so they were sending me about $10,000 worth of work a week.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. And that's sort of how I started. Okay. So I was doing a lot of REO, foreclosure type properties, and those paid higher fees.
Good.
Right.
Yeah.
So they were like $2,500, $1,000 fees, $2,500 fees. So I started, so there were a lot of grocery stores with apartments above, that type of properties. So I did a ton of those.
Okay.
And
you focused mainly in Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, mainly in the suburbs. I didn't really care.
Okay.
Okay. Because I wanted to do just properties all over. And one of the reasons that I got rejected by the 60 firms is that most of them wanted me to work from 31st Street to 95th to Dan Ryan to the lake.
I wonder why.
And I said, well, I'm not from there, okay? And I haven't even been in town that long, so you guys probably know more about it than me.
Right.
Okay. Well, they took exception to that.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, so I started working for this firm on the southwest side of Chicago, and things were going along well. And then after about 6 months, the owner of the firm called me to his office and said, there's something wrong with the accounting on the jobs that you've done. And I said, well, what do you mean? He says, well, you've been getting 50% of the fee.
Okay.
And no one in the firm gets more than 40%. But I said, well, I'm bringing in all of my work.
Right.
He says, well, I said, well, then then I said, then I owe you money, if that's the deal. I owe you money. He says, no, we'll just go from here.
Okay.
So I said, well, no, let's go check the first file. Okay, so the first job I did, so I grabbed, 5 or 6 files from the first month I was there, and it had his signature, 50% of the fee, and his initials. Okay, signing off on it.
Right. Smart.
Okay, so I said, well, you had signed off.
You've seen this.
Yeah,
You knew this.
Yeah, this is your signature, right?
Right.
He said, yeah. So I said, okay. He said, so I owe you money. So I said, no, I said, I owe you money then. He says, no, we'll just go from here. So I went back to my desk. I pulled out my checkbook, made an estimate of what 10% of the fees were for the last 6 months. Went back to his office, gave him his check, went back to my desk, and packed up my stuff.
Ooh.
You got some big testicles to pull this off, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then I went to another firm.
Wow.
Okay. And then
Brass.
So that was the deal. Okay. And then
Did he say anything?
he was shocked.
Right.
He didn't understand what had happened. He thought I had just gone home.
Okay.
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 But I was done.
You're done. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So because my whole thing is that, my thing is that you cannot cheat me.
Right.
Okay.
Right. You knew what the fee was.
Yeah.
You signed up to it.
Right.
Now you see that I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
And these were under your stipulations when I first got hired. And we
Yeah.
don't know why you stipulated it that way.
Right.
But okay, I went with it, brought my own business, making the money.
Right.
And now you want a little more of that?
Right. So I said no.
Yeah,
so
as well. Good job, man.
And then plus in that 6 months, I had gotten my certified general license.
Okay.
Okay. So I didn't need a signature anymore.
So you could walk.
So I could walk. Okay.
Oh man.
So,
Smooth. Okay.
So that was my main intention.
Right.
Was to get your certified general license. Okay, because otherwise, you're kind of on a sharecropper deal, right?
Sharecropper deal, Randall.